Welcome back to Your Day. You encounter these people every day. The Debbie Downers, the wet blankets, the Eeyores, why. It's a new year and time to get rid of those folks who want to rain on your parade. Swagger coach Leslie M. joins us with help to remove those people gracefully and get ahead in this new year. Good morning. Happy New Year to you, Leslie.
Happy New Year. It is time to rid ourselves of the toxicity in 2020. We do not need any of that.
Yeah, you know, and I think that we expect that we want to be friends with everybody and we want everybody to like us and we want them to like, we want to like them, but that doesn't have to be that way, does it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we can't be for everyone in this life, and that has got to be okay. When people are unkind to you or making your life difficult, and instead of worrying about trying to get them to like you, consider that maybe the issue is theirs and not yours. There's nothing wrong that you're doing. And when you acknowledge that and you go, hey, wait a second, if I get rid of these people, I can create space in my life for the people who I really am for in my natural, beautifully imperfect state of being. So you create space for the positivity when you take out the negativity.
Wouldn't that be great if we just are around people we like and who like us all day long? We can help make that happen. We can set some boundaries. How do we do that?
Well, we are big grown-ups. We forget that sometimes. We have the power to tell people straight. And the thing that makes it so difficult for us is that we don't want to offend anybody and so on and so forth. So the best way to handle it is to take the you out of it. When you do this to me, you make me feel a certain kind of way. Instead say, hey, when this situation happens, I feel uncomfortable or I feel upset. Can we talk about how to stop that from happening? And if they don't want to discuss it, well, that tells you everything you need to know about them. They don't deserve a place in your life.
Right. So, we can let these people, say they really aren't great people, they're kind of toxic, they do nasty things. We can let them show that on their own without us having to reveal that for them.
That's right. I mean, those people are going to show themselves for who they are. And if you see that in them, there's a good chance that other people see that in them as well. I put all of those people into the category of gaslighters. The concept of gaslighting, that people try and make you feel bad or wrong or so-called crazy when you're not, right? They try and take the issues that they have and force them on you. The secret about gaslighting, though, is it only works if you actually believe them. If you don't believe them, they have no power whatsoever. So what I've always recommended that people do, and what I do myself, is when people come at me with that gaslighting kind of attitude and try to make me feel badly, I use facts to dispute it. I don't go, please like me, and no, it's not true, and all the rest of it. I go, actually, here are the facts that refute this crapola that you're trying to, get all over me. And it's not correct. So I'm not going to accept it because it's not correct.
Yeah. Facts win, right? They win.
Always.
I like this tip that you have, to listen to your dread voice. If you're like, oh, I got to hang out with that person, that's a red flag, right?
Oh, big time. I mean, that's history talking. That sense of dread has accumulated over a period of time. And at some point, you've got to listen to it because it is history talking. And it is perfectly okay to ghost toxic people.
Okay.
Don't wait for someone to give you permission. If you are dreading spending time with someone, it is okay to hit delete, block, tear a page out of that old school address book, say no thank you, I'm not available, all of those things. It is okay to protect yourself from that.
Speaking of yourself, you have to remember your worth here because, sometimes it's hard to do that.
Come on. We got to think of what we give to other people in this world is a gift. Our time, our energy, our loyalty, our friendship, it's a gift. And if people choose not to accept that gift, well, that is just terrible. But that's on them. Again, it's not on you. And you've got to think of it almost like you would a business relationship. If you're not getting a return on your investment, it is time to stop investing.
Yeah.
They are draining the emotional bank account and they are not making any deposits. And it's only going to get worse from there. You're just going to get more and more depleted. They don't want the gift. hey, it's all good. I'll go give it to somebody else.
Exactly, making room for the good, positive people in our lives. This is your final tip here, Leslie, and I think this one is really challenging because we're talking about family here. We don't have to give our toxic family a free pass.
No, we really don't. We forget that when we were little, in that family environment, we had no choice but to suck it up.
Right.
We didn't have any power. But now as adults, we do have power, but we've been set in these patterns of just accepting it and taking it and saying, well, it's just the way it is. It's just the way my mother, my sister, my aunt, my uncle, it's just the way that they are. But what we need to remember is that, back to an earlier point, we're big grown-ups and we have the power to challenge those patterns. Because the person who's being toxic to us or with us may not even realize that they're trapped in a pattern as well. And so unless we tell them, they don't have the opportunity to try and fix it. So again, without saying, you make me feel, you say, this situation makes me feel, and I really want us to work on it. Can we do that? And again, if they don't want to, you need to stop investing. Some people will say, well, I can't cut my family off, completely. Fair enough. But you stop putting yourself out there. You're just like Charlie Brown on the football. You think that the pattern is going to be different, but every time, you
takes it away.
They take it away. So it is either the choices are to either just go, I expect nothing and I'm going to give nothing of my emotional self, or you know what? Go create your own family. It is okay. There are a lot of people in this world whose families don't serve them, and instead they go and make their own family out of, friends and people who do accept them, and they do incredibly well. They don't have to deal with that toxicity. So you're allowed to.
We are allowed. Okay, great. We can have some positive people around us. We can get rid of the toxicity in this new year. Sounds good. Leslie, thank you so much for joining us this morning with your tips. We appreciate it.